Hi, everyone. We're going to get started soon, just giving you time to set up. And if you have any questions or concerns, please don't be shy about voicing them in the chat if you would like, and I will be happy to answer any questions or address any concerns in there. I'm also going to include a brief little introduction as well. Alrighty, so it is just about that time. So good morning. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. My name is Jacqueline, and this is yoga. This class is open to all levels and experiences. So even if you are brand new to yoga, this class should be accessible to you. I teach an alignment-based practice. So what that means in a nutshell is we're using anatomical principles and foundation in order to inform our movement. We're ultimately keeping the body in as safe a position as possible, which then gives us the opportunity to effectively build strength and increase flexibility. And the understanding that they exist together, they're not mutually exclusive, they work harmoniously. So with more strength gives you more opportunity for safe, increased flexibility. And then with increased flexibility, you have greater opportunity to develop strength, right? So they work together. And with this class, if at any point you do not feel comfortable, please stop, take a break. You can always just jump back in when you're ready. If you have particular injuries or chronic conditions, anything like that, hopefully you know overall how to manage them. But again, if there are any pressing concerns, please use the chat feature to let me know, because what I can do is address those concerns so that you are prepared for the class and don't feel as though it's going to limit you. So I do encourage you to share with me what you may or may not have going on so that I can assist you in the best way that I know how, so that you feel comfortable taking the class. So like I said, if you need a break, take a break, jump back in when you feel ready. And I will also make a note that if you have more vinyasa yoga experience, just a heads up that this will be a little bit different. And I invite you to be open to that difference and to be sure that you avoid going on autopilot with some of the sequencing, as you will notice a little bit of a difference, but ultimately it's all coming from the same place. I think that's really everything. So also I wanted to take a moment to thank the Somerset County Library System of New Jersey for continuing these sessions for the month of May. The original plan was April, and I'm really glad that we have this opportunity to continue with our Wednesday morning yoga for May. And if you would like to leave feedback, please take advantage of the feedback opportunities that Somerset County Library offers you via survey or just reaching out to somebody. It's really appreciated, especially if you have positive feedback to share. We want to hear that, and the more positive feedback about particular programming, the more likely it is for that programming to continue. So yeah, really just very grateful for the opportunity. And also, if you know anybody who you think would be interested in the class, share this information. This is open to everybody. You don't have to even live in New Jersey to be able to access this. And I think that's really a great way to feel more connected with everybody. So you might have a friend or relative who lives in a different state, and you can take this class together. And that's just something cool to share, something positive that comes out of a pretty darn negative situation, right? But we focus on all that is good and we do the best that we can. So I'm just gonna pop over real quick just to see. Yes, Paul, I hear you. Thank you so much. Yes, I struggle with the lighting options for sure. I am definitely working on that. I was actually hoping to use a different device today, and I couldn't get into the YouTube studio on my iPad, so I do have to use my computer, which is darker. For whatever reason, the camera is not as sophisticated, so that is something I am working on. I appreciate you letting me know. I am going to try. I might even during breathing try to move a lamp over and see if that is helpful. So bear with me. Thank you. And also, yeah, if there are any other technical issues that pop up, I really would appreciate people letting me know. So if you can't hear me, things like that, those are important for me to know. So please let me know. And yes, Paul, I'm going to get on that lighting situation. I'm going to see if I can move a lamp and see if that helps. My house is not really set up for best lighting situation. We get lovely natural light, but not for this camera, I guess. All right, anyway, thank you though. I'm gonna try to fix that in the moment, but let's get situated with some breathing. So root yourself down through your seat, spine is long, shoulders back, head draws back. Gently close your eyes, relax the face muscles. Unclench the teeth, keep the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Allow the mind to quiet. You bring your attention and your focus to your breath. And very gently, without much added effort, begin to deepen the breath, moving into diaphragmatic breathing or belly breathing. So as you inhale, feel the belly rise and expand. And as you exhale, the belly button draws back toward the spine. Inhale, belly rises and expands. Exhale, belly button draws back. Feel free to stick with this breath. If it's comfortable on your next inhale, draw the breath up a little higher. Belly rises and expands, then the mid-chest and the ribs expand. And you exhale from the mid-chest, belly button draws back. And if it's comfortable on your next inhale, draw the breath up even higher, moving into the full 3-part yogic breath. Belly rises and expands in the mid-chest, then all the way up into the upper chest, just underneath the collarbones, and you exhale from the collarbones down into the mid-chest, and belly button draws back. So wherever you are with your breathing, just making sure that it's full and smooth. Two more breaths like this. And after your second exhale, allow the breathing to return to normal. Keep the mind calm and the face relaxed. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. Lift the heart up to the hands. Take a breath in. Exhale, let it all the way out. Turn the eyes down toward the heart, release the hands, gently flicker the eyes open, bring the head up to center. Take the legs, straighten them out in front of you, and gently rub the hips and the knees. Circle the ankles in both directions. Point the toes, flex the feet, point, flex, one at a time. Let's come to tabletop position, so hands and knees. Bring the hands shoulder width, maybe mat width distance apart. Spread the fingers. Try to get equal distance between the fingers. And maybe you can slightly turn the hands out, index fingers straight forward. Elbow creases of the arms face each other so that the arms are straight but not locked. Back is nice and flat, abdominal muscles are engaged, toes tuck under for more power, more stability. Hug in toward the center. Keep the head in line with the spine, connect to the breath. And from here, we'll move into cat and cow to warm up the spine. As you inhale, the belly lowers, tailbone lifts, head comes forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone round the back and look back at your thighs. Inhale, belly lowers, tailbone lifts, head comes forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone round the back, look back at your thighs. So continue with this, take it at your own pace, move with your breath. I'm continuing to play with where. I just don't want this lamp to be distracting, but that might be the only solution. Still. And take two more nice full cat and cows. On your second exhale, when your back is rounded, come back to that flat back position in tabletop. And when you're back in tabletop, check in with your foundation. So you want to see if anything changed, make whatever adjustments you need to. From here, take a step back with the knees and start to angle the body back. Shoulders move behind the wrists, hips come over the knees. Call more attention to the hands. Really root down and allow the knees to rise up a little bit off the mat. Do the action of feet dragging toward each other, knees stay in line with ankles. Press stronger into the hands as though you were trying to push the mat out from underneath you. And slowly lift the hips, straighten or go towards straight with the legs. Downward facing dog, and you breathe here. If the backs of the legs are tight, you can take the feet further apart from each other. You can also gently walk the dog, bend one knee, lower the opposite heel. And if you're very tight in the hamstrings, you can practice down dog with bent knees in order to free up more space there. If you're walking the dog, return to center and stillness. Take a quick peek back at the feet. Make sure they're facing straight forward, heels hidden behind toes, head in line with spine. From here, walk the feet forward and come to Uttanasana, standing forward fold. So hips over knees, knees over ankles. There's equal weight through the feet. I'm still playing with this lamp, I'm so sorry. I really wish my iPad worked with the YouTube studio. Inhale, lengthen the center of the chest. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Knees stay soft. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Press strongly through the feet. Bring hands to hip creases, elbows, shoulders, and head lift. Inhale, come up to Tadasana, standing mountain pose. So your feet face straight forward. They're sit bone width distance apart. maybe a little wider if you need. Knees soft, shins hug toward each other, tailbone draws down, shoulders up and back, rib cage in, palms out. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, arms gently lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, arms lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, strong legs, long spine as you fold forward. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Bend the knees, hands next to feet. Left leg steps back, lower the knee down. So we're in a low lunge on the right. Right knee is 90 degrees directly over the ankle. Front foot, back knee. Do the action of dragging toward each other. Shoulders draw back. You can use a block or blocks to frame your foot. If you have a yoga block, or maybe a box of sorts to place under your thighs so that your fingertips can come there. Or if you really need to, you can climb up onto your thigh. Gaze forward, abs strong, and step back to plank. So in plank, just like tabletop, elbow creases of the arms face each other. There's a lift to the belly, a slight lift to the legs. Gently lower the knees down. Knees stay behind the hips. Abs are strong, arms straight and strong. Take your plank and move it forward, and then elbows bend, lower chin and chest, belly stays lifted, elbows hug in. Come all the way down, untuck the toes, and slide forward, up and back to a baby or a low cobra. Feet are pressing, tailbone is lengthened, squeeze shoulder blades. Tuck the toes, press back, and lift the hips to downward facing dog, and you breathe here. Now step the left foot forward between the hands. Help it if it gets stuck. The right knee gently comes down, low lunge. So left knee 90 degrees, front foot, back knee doing the action of dragging toward each other. Heart is open, shoulders back. From here, step back to plank. Gently lower the knees, arms are strong, abs are braced. Take your plank, slide it forward, and then elbows bend, lowering chin and chest, belly stays lifted, elbows hug in, come all the way down, untuck the toes, and slide forward, up and curl back. Cobra, feet press, tailbone lengthen, shoulders back, and tuck the toes, press back, lift the hips, downward facing dog, breathe. From here, walk the feet forward, coming to Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Hips over knees, knees over ankles. Fingertips lightly touching legs, block or box or floor. Inhale, lengthen the center of the chest. Exhale and fold. Press through the feet, bring hands to the hip creases. Inhale, coming up. Reach the arms. And exhale, arms lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Bend the knees, hands next to feet, left leg steps back. This time, keep the knee lifted. So we're in a slightly higher lunge. Feet drag toward each other, back thigh presses up and back. Step back to plank. Now, if you need or want to skip this, you can. You can just come back into a down dog, hang out there. You can take cat-cow instead of the lowering action, or knees down or up. Chaturanga, move forward first, elbows hug in, shoulders away. Lead with the heart, cobra. Feet press, tailbone lengthen, shoulders back, and press back to downward facing dog. And you breathe here. Now let's step the left foot forward between the hands. Help it up if it gets stuck. Right knee stays lifted, feet drag toward each other, back thigh presses up and back. And gaze forward, abs strong, step back to plank. You want to try to find a lightness in your plank. From here, knees down or up, chaturanga, elbows hug in, shoulders away. Inhale, coming to cobra, feet press, tailbone lengthen. Press back, downward facing dog. And you breathe here. Smooth inhale, smooth exhale. And from here, step the right foot forward between the hands. The left heel spins down. Rise up to Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2 pose. So your right knee is at 90 degrees. Knee tracks to the right. Feet drag toward each other. Shoulders are softened from the ears and directly over the hips. Take a breath in. Exhale, coming down, step back to downward facing dog, and you breathe here. Step the left foot forward between the hands, right heel spins down, rise up, Warrior 2, knee over ankle, knee tracks to the left. Feet drag toward each other. Breath in. Exhale, come down, step back to plank. Remember, you can skip if you need or want to. Knees down or up, chaturanga. Move forward first, elbows hug in. Coming to your cobra, feet press, tailbone lengthen, shoulders back, and press back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Smooth inhale, smooth exhale. Step the right foot forward between the hands, left heel spins down. Coming up to Barsva Konasana, extended side angle. So you're gonna place your forearm lightly on top of your thigh. Hand is active like you're holding a tray. Left hand can stay at the hip crease, drawing the shoulder back, or reach the arm, plug the shoulder, and slide it overhead. You've got strong legs here, strong core, open up. Breathe, focus. One more inhale. Exhale, come down, step back to downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right heel spins down, coming up. Forearm lightly on top of the thigh, right hand at hip, drawing shoulder back, or reach the arm, plug the shoulder, slide it overhead, and you breathe here. Focus, smooth inhale, smooth exhale. Keeping strength in the right leg, avoid leaning significantly on your left thigh. One more breath. Exhale, come down, step back to plank if you so choose. And from here, knees down or up, chaturanga. Move forward first, elbows close to the sides of the body. Come to your cobra, feet press, tailbone lengthen, shoulders back, and press back. Downward facing dog, breathe here. And then come to a child's pose with your knees as wide as the mat. And just breathe. I'm not giving up on this incredibly annoying lamp situation. So just breathe into a little hip opening child's pose as I try one more lamp location. I appreciate everybody's patience. Smooth inhale and smooth exhale, breathing into the hips. I don't know if that made sense. And coming back to downward facing dog. No clue if that made it any better whatsoever, but can't say I didn't try. And let's bring the right foot forward between the hands, left heel spins down. Now friends, from here, slowly begin to open up with two straight, strong legs coming into Trikonasana triangle pose. So What we've got is a micro bend at the right knee, your fingertips lightly touching onto your own leg, onto a block or a box or the floor, but please don't get caught up in the floor. The floor doesn't matter, right? That's not what's important in this pose. What's important is the length and space that you create here. And keep your breath smooth and even. Micro bend at the right knee. Right hand is light, so see, you should be able to lift your hand away like I just did, using your core strength for a good solid triangle pose. One more breath. Exhale, coming down, step back to downward facing dog, and breathe. And we'll step the left foot forward between the hands. The right heel spins down. See if you can slowly open up, rising up if necessary, right? Like this. Softness behind the left knee. If you have any shoulder concerns, the right arm can stay down. And you just want to breathe here. Smooth inhale and smooth exhale. Make sure your left foot is grounded firmly. One more breath. And exhale, come down, step back to plank, or remember, you can skip this if you want. Knees down or up, chaturanga, elbows hug in, lead with the heart. Coming to your cobra, feet press, tailbone lengthen, shoulders back, and press back. Downward facing dog, and you breathe. From here, bend the knees, puff up in the lower back, look up toward the hands, walk or maybe jump forward. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Press through the feet, hands to hips, elbows, shoulders, and head lift. Inhale, come up, reach the arms. And exhale, arms gently lower. Good, so we'll work a bit on balancing. So you're gonna root solidly through your right foot. Knee is soft. Draw your left knee up, flex the foot. So this is a knee raise. Hands can be down at hips, in front of heart, arms out or arms up. That will be the most challenging. What we want is to make sure our right leg is strong but not locked at the knee. Relax the face, focus your eye gaze on something that's not moving. One more breath. And exhale, gently release arms, release foot. Now root a little bit, or rather root strongly through your left foot. Knee is soft, tall posture. Draw your right knee up, flex the foot. Pull the ribs in. Choose your arm option based on how you feel in the balance. Focus the breath. One more breath. Exhale, gently release. Okay, so we're going to add on to that, or you have the option to just repeat the knee raise and leave it at that, okay? So rooting through your right foot, draw your left knee up, choosing arm options. Now, if you want, maybe take the hands together in front of the heart. Keep everything stable from the hips down and see about gently twisting from the belly button toward the left side. So you're gonna feel your abdominal muscles engage here. Inhale, center, exhale, lower. Let's try the other side. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see from a side angle. Root through your left foot, draw your right knee up. Left leg is strong, not locked. Pull the abs in, hands together in front of the heart. Or maybe you extend for a few moments. Maybe you stay here. Or hands in front of heart from the belly button, initiating a twist toward the right. Avoid holding the breath here. Inhale, center, exhale, lower. Quick little shake. Okay, so we're going to continue to layer. Again, I will face the side if that is any easier to see. So you don't have to advance it beyond the knee raise. That is enough of a challenge, right? That's enough balance work. So feel free to work from there. And only go forward if you desire, if that's available to you. So knee raise. Then if you want, hands together, gently twisting into your left leg. And feeling that sort of idea like when you wring out a rag, right? That's what we're going for here. Now, try this if you want. That right hand, bring it to your left knee and reach your left arm straight out. What you can do here a little bit is use leverage, so the hand pressing into the leg. But again, we're trying to keep things pretty stable, so watch your hips. Don't move your hips around too much. And center, release. Let's do the other side. Root through the left foot. The left leg is strong. Draw the knee up. Maybe this is it. You just play with arms or hands in front of heart. Twist. Maybe you stay here, or left hand to right knee and right arm reaches. And center and down. Shake it out. Okay, one more opportunity to play that is a very advanced pose, but if you want to try it, give it a go with me. Otherwise, stick with anything that we've already done up until this point. Okay, rooting through the right foot, right leg strong, left knee up, taking your option and taking your time. Now, let's say you're here. What you can do is see about taking that left leg and extending it. It might not want to extend. That's fine. So that's option one. It kind of goes towards straight. Maybe you're holding somewhere behind the knee. Or friends, if you're able, please feel free. Grab a hold of your foot with the right arm and extend. This might look like I'm standing straight and not twisted. It's a weird kind of optical illusion thing that happens. Mostly because, friends, I have long arms. So if you don't have long arms, you can't be like me and kind of cheat. I'm not working as hard into this hamstring flexibility because my arm is long enough. Just saying. So don't feel obligated to do anything. Wherever you are, you're going to gently release. Okay, whatever happened, happened. Other side. Working the knee raise, working just the twist at its ab toning level, right? So no leverage, no assistance, if you will. Going for the arm extension and lightly holding the knee, considering straightening the leg, which is going to be hard. You're going to feel the quadricep. That's the front of the thigh. You're going to feel those muscles working. You're going to feel the hamstring. And then if you're able to easily grab the foot, you can keep your tall posture. Breathe. Again, this is just an extra advancement for those who feel like they want to take it today. And let's gently release. Woo, little shake out. Hopefully that went well. No matter what you chose, you're not already at the top of your mat, please find yourself there with the feet a little closer together than maybe normal for mountain pose. Let's draw the arms up, hands together, lower them in front of the heart as you sit back, Utkatasana chair pose. We won't be here long, don't worry. One more breath, and gently fold forward, adjust the feet. Inhale and lengthen. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees, hands next to feet. Step yourself back, coming into downward facing dog. And finding child's pose. Breathe. Smooth inhale, smooth exhale. Come up to hands and knees position, tabletop. From here, let's work just a little bit more balance. Extend the right arm and the left leg. Breathe. And gently lower. Switch sides. Belly button to spine, crown of head is lengthened forward. And lower one more time, left leg, right arm. And down, and change. And release, child's pose. Bring hands under shoulders, lift yourself up. Come to a seated position. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees open. Anchor through your seat. Now, you can take your arms behind you and kind of use your arms to help prop you up, or you can lightly take a hold of the ankles like this. Just checking in with the breath. You do want to feel long spine here. If you want more and you can keep your length, feel free to gently take a fold. Soften the face, relax the jaw. Nothing forced here. Maybe you even close your eyes. Breathing into the inner part of the hips. And then slowly come up, draw the knees in, take the legs out, give a little shake, little massage. And then we're gonna come onto the stomach, so feel free to take a plank and then lower yourself down onto the stomach or just come down in whatever way suits you best. And maybe pull this a little closer, seeing if that actually helps with the seeing abilities. Again, I so appreciate your patience with all these adjustments I'm making. Now we're closer. Let's see if it helps, since we're not going to be standing up till the end of class. I'm just going to do a little of this. Okay, so now we're lying down, right? We're going to go for a passive hip opening approach. So you're going to take your arms to goal post position, And you're gonna energize the right leg, kind of like maybe you would for Cobra. Now, you're gonna keep your left leg on the floor. You just slide the knee up toward the elbow. Friends, it might not move very far. That's okay. And you're just gonna breathe here. So you're really just allowing the time. Time is a big component of this pose here. Keep the foot flexed. It's a bit of energy there. Your head can be turned like mine is. You can go chin to the floor. You can go forehead down. Usually not a preferred position for most people. Or you can turn to the other side. That's another option. I kind of like same side. Now, what you can do from here, if you want, is just see about taking the leg and extending it from the knee. Nothing else happens other than that. And you're just breathing into your hip. Make sure the jaw is relaxed. Maybe you close your eyes. And then if you extended the leg, you're just going to bend. Take your time in sliding it back, lengthening it. And we're going to switch sides. Don't mind me as I move since I don't have anywhere to take my leg on this side. So now you'll root, presuming you did right knee bent or right leg straight and left knee bent, now you will do the opposite, or you will just change sides wherever you started. We could all be in different spots. So anchoring, slide the knee up toward the elbow. And you just breathe here. I'm just having terrible luck with any sort of technology today, so that's my story. Because the music has stopped playing, but that's okay. Let's see if I can get something else going. All right, and then if you want, extend the leg straight. If that takes away from anything, avoid that, right? Nothing forced. We're trying to be kind to the body here. Maybe you close your eyes. And we'll go for one more breath. And then gently make your way out of that. All right, now we'll set up for Bhujangasana or Cobra pose. So you're going to plant your forehead down, lengthen the legs back behind you. All right, I like to do that. Press your feet into the floor, tailbone lengthen, shoulders away, hands slide back. So notice where my fingers are. They're not up here, right? They're back. And I think about a direct line coming from the center of my chest and the tips of my fingers making it just at that line. Elbows back, squeeze shoulder blades, press through the feet, lengthen the tailbone, and inhale, gently rise. Now, the stronger you press the feet, the more you lengthen the tailbone, the more potential you have to increase your back flexibility, but nothing forced here. Tuck the chin. Breathing. And slowly lower down. We'll do that again. Press the feet, lengthen the tailbone, shoulders away. Inhale, rise. Notice your breath. And slowly lower down. We'll do one more. Feet press. Tailbone lengthen, shoulders draw back, and lift. Slowly lower down. Make a pillow with the hands and breathe. And then let's come on to the back. So bend the knees, bring the feet flat, feet face straight forward. They should be about sit bone width distance apart. Back of head presses into mat, creating space between chin and chest. Bend the elbows so your palms face each other, fingertips to the ceiling. Press through your feet, root through the shoulders, press into the back of the head, and inhale, lift the hips. Coming to Satyabhama Sarvangasana, bridge pose. Chin away from chest. More energy comes onto the shoulders, the higher your hips come up. One more breath. Exhale, slowly lower down. Now your knees might want to open toward the side, so be mindful that they stay straight in line with the ankles. We'll do that again. Root through the feet, root through the shoulders. Inhale, hips lift. If you want a little bit more, you can lift the heels, rising up onto the toes, but your hips have to stay at that height or go even higher. If they fall, then you know to keep the heels down. One more breath here. And exhale, slowly lower. Okay, so you can do bridge again. If you have Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow in your practice and you would like to take that pose, you can come along with me for that. So another opportunity for a very advanced posture. Please don't feel obligated. I'm serious. Don't worry. So you can do bridge again, right? You can take a break. You can do, friends, bridge pose with Urdhva Dhanurasana hand placement. What does that mean? It means that you're just placing your hands, but you're doing a bridge. It's going to feel different. And if upward facing bow is a pose that you are thinking you want to work toward, this will start to train, for lack of a better word, the body and the mind to get used to it. And then if you are going to press up, I do ask that you pay very close attention to your feet. What typically happens is we turn the toes out, and this helps us get in the pose. But it's not a good kind of help. It's unfortunately at the expense of our hip stability. So what that's doing is it's creating this unnecessary wear and tear into the hip joint. And we want to avoid that. Does it make it a little bit more challenging to get into the pose? Absolutely. Might it stop somebody from getting into the pose who can otherwise do so? Yes. But is it bad? No, it is what it is. So if you don't wind up in the pose, it's okay. Just breathe it out, keep working on it, and eventually you can make that adjustment. But again, feet straight. I really can't stress that enough. It's super important. All right, so regular bridge, just resting if you want to take a break, or bridge with Urdhva hand placement, or coming up into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Ready, whichever you want to do, take that now. And make sure that you're breathing. If you're holding a breath, you might need to make an adjustment by coming out of the pose, lightening up on the intensity, choosing a different pose. Wherever you are, one more breath, and then you'll slowly lower down, one vertebra at a time. Relax the arms. And then we'll take a full body stretch, straighten the legs, point the toes, reach the arms up and over. So why do we do this? We do this to return the spine to a neutral position. We want to avoid taking the spine through extremes. We just did a back bend. That's one level of extreme, right? Not necessarily meaning like it was extreme, but like you're in a back bend. That's one side of the spectrum, right? Now, a forward fold is the complete opposite side of the spectrum. We don't want to bounce from one to the other. We want to find the middle, the reset. So that's why we do this. And that helps us to keep the spine safe versus coming out of that back bend and immediately pulling your knees into your chest. And I will let you know that if that's something that happens to you a lot, that's actually your body telling you that it wasn't safe enough in the back bend. Nothing to fuss about necessarily. Don't beat yourself up if you've been doing that a long time, but it usually is a sign that things weren't okay. And that's why the body is like, oh my gosh, please do the opposite. Use that as a cue for you to make some adjustments in your back bending so that you can neutralize and then work into moving toward that more folding type of move. Hopefully that makes sense. If anyone has questions about that, feel free to ask me after class. All right, and then take your time to come over. We're gonna visit a child's pose, or if you'd like, downward facing dog. So now we're using these poses as an opportunity to return length to the spine and to do so safely, having neutralized after bending. And then come to a seated position. Let's take the legs straight out in front. Anchor through your seat. Spine is nice and long, shoulders back, head back. Press down through the legs, flex the feet. You can stay here. You can be here instead, or gently lengthen forward into a fold. Keep your shoulders back, head back. Breath is smooth. You want to continue to press down through the legs. Maybe close your eyes, just erase the visual. You might find that really helpful. Allows us to feel the pose and perhaps not judge the pose. And then slowly make your way out. Go ahead and bend your left knee. Foot can be on the inside of the leg or crossed over. Stay anchored through your seat. Left arm comes behind. Hug the knee, find some lift, and then gently twist into it. Smooth inhale, smooth exhale here. And gently release. We'll do the other side. Bend the right knee, foot flat, left leg is strong. Right arm behind. A foot can stay on the inside or you can cross. You're grounded through your seat. Find some lift and then gently twist. And to center, release. We're going to come down onto the back. If you want a little extra abdominal toning, lower yourself super slow all the way down. Once you're down, bend the knees, bring the feet flat. If you want, lift the feet and knees. Knees over the hips, thighs straight up and down, shins parallel to the floor. Hands to the knees, push the knees away from you, separate feet and knees. Stay grounded at the back of the pelvis, and if it's comfortable, you can gently rock side to side across the sacrum, meaning we are not rocking across our low back. So we are avoiding the lumbar spine. And returning to center and stillness. Inhale, hug the knees into the chest. Soften the shoulders. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower the feet. Arms 4 to 6 inches from your body, palms up. And if it's comfortable, legs extend out. As we make our way into Shavasana, final relaxation, allow the front of your body to melt down into the back of your body, and the back of your body melts down into the floor. Release any tension you might be holding in any part of your body. Give yourself permission to completely relax. Slowly and gently, allow the breath to become deeper. Begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Let your legs come together. Bend one knee up and then the other. With an exhale, gently roll over onto your right side. The left arm crosses over the body. And pause here for a moment. When confusion ceases, tranquility comes. When tranquility comes, wisdom appears. And when wisdom appears, reality is seen. Use the support of the arm and hand to gently press yourself up and come into a cross-legged seated position. Eyes closed, face soft, spine tall. And bring the hands together in front of the heart. Lift the heart up to the hands. And on our next exhale, I invite you to join me in sealing this morning's practice with one sound of Om. Breathing in. May you be safe, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be at ease. And from my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you so much too for your patience as I tried to figure out the lighting situation. And I will hopefully be able to get my better device to work next week. So stay tuned. And if you have any questions, I'm going to leave this video up for a couple of minutes. So please ask the questions. Let me know how you're doing. If you have any concerns as well. And again, if you have the opportunity to leave any constructive feedback for Somerset County Library, that would be awesome. We definitely appreciate that. And yeah, the plan is for this class to continue for Wednesday mornings for the rest of the month. So I do hope to catch you again in class. Spread the word, let other people know that this is available. And I will also leave my social media information in case anybody has a question later that they want to reach out and ask about, or if they didn't want to publicly put it in the chat, I totally understand. I can accept and answer messages on that if you are on Facebook. And if anybody even just wants to just have more access to yoga things, that page might give you what you're looking for. So I'll put that in. And again, any questions or anything, feel free. I'll leave this up for about 2 minutes. Oh, you're welcome, Paul. I tried. It's been an ongoing struggle, but I'm glad that you thought that it was a little bit better. So I'm going to continue to work on making that better. Okay, yes, I can answer this question. Feet dragging together. So it's literally as though your feet could come together. So let's say on a slippery surface, right? Like my hands on this floor here. With nothing stopping them, I could do this action, right? So like dragging them together. However, when we're on a surface like a mat, and you're doing that, the mat stops this action. I mean, obviously you could do it, but it's this idea that you're pulling them in, but it stops the actual action of them meeting each other, but it doesn't stop the muscle action. So it gives us that activation. So that's what I mean when I say feet drag together. So let's say in Warrior 2, front foot, back foot, as though they were going to do this, but instead nothing happens except for the energy, and it gives us that greater foundation. Let me know if that makes sense. It's a common question, so I'm glad that you asked it as well. But that's basically what I mean. It's as though they were going to meet. They don't actually physically come together, but the muscular action is there. Cool, yay! Awesome! Alrighty, I am signing off. Again, please feel free to like and follow my yoga Facebook page, and you can send me a message if you have any other questions. I'm happy to answer them, and take care, everybody.